All right, welcome back to the Infinite Gold Podcast. You've got our hosts, Bree and Anthony, and we have the amazing Supa Dave Johnson today. Thank you for joining us, buddy.
What
And
up,
thank y'all
Dave?
for having me.
Yeah, we've been, ever since we met in Colorado, we were like, we got to get him on the podcast. We got to make this happen.
Yeah, I'm glad I could make some time, and I'm glad you guys were available to do this. I've been looking forward to it.
You're a busy guy. Like you mentioned, Greg calls you the multi-preneur. You got your hands in a lot of different things. You're a retired Marine and Air Force. So again, thank you for your service. We have a lot of listeners in first responders and military. So thank you for that.
It was definitely my pleasure.
You own a Veteran Connect construction company, which is super cool. So government contracts, building construction, getting into solar. So you got your hands in a few things. Got that insurance agency, over 200 seats. Like, that's pretty big.
Wild.
Yeah.
And then the big thing, he's a part of Steve Aoki's management team. I think a lot of people know who Steve Aoki is. So
Yeah.
I think this episode is going to be really cool. There's a lot going on here.
All right.
Now, the most thing that I'm excited for, because I know you're excited, is this transformation journey you're on. This year-long transformation that has just been awesome to witness. And by the way, rocking that shirt of yours.
Oh, yeah. Phase 1 is what we call it, as well, is what I refer to it as. A year ago, well, just over a year ago, about 13 months, I reached my breaking point. Physically, I was at rock bottom. And went to the doctor, blood pressure read 203 over 156. The doctor, for whatever reason, I did not look at the blood pressure monitor or pay attention to the nurse at that point in time. And the nurse rushed out. The doctor rushed back in and said, "Hey, you need to go to the emergency room right now." And I'm looking like, wrong room, bro, because I feel fine. And he's like, look at this blood pressure. What's going on? He said, "Have you been taking your medicine?" I said, "I took my medicine, but I took my the 3 pills that I was on about 2 hours ago." So, and they're fast setting prescriptions.
Mm-hmm.
So my blood pressure should have stabilized or at least lowered by then.
Wow.
So he was like, "Okay, you know what? Maybe it could have been anything. Let's just wait about 5 minutes, take his pressure again, and then we'll assess."
Mm-hmm.
Take it again, 202 over 153.
That's
Get
crazy.
out. That's basically what he said to me. Get out. I said, "I'm not going to go to the emergency room, doc. I'm really not going to do it." Because he's like, "Well, we can call an ambulance and have them take you over." And I said, "The emergency room's next door. Why would I do such a thing?" I said, "I can walk over. I feel fine."
Yeah.
I said, "But I'm not going to go." So he had me sign a waiver. I get in my car, drive home. I sit on the couch. And as soon as I sat on the couch, I said, "That's your problem."
Yep.
That's your problem. You want to sit around, eat, snack, put everything off till tomorrow, in a sense, all right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And so I started to try to figure out what it was that I was going to do as far as my intake, because realistically, now that I have to take these deep dives to inform people of what I went through, I've come to realize that not only was I neglecting myself, but I was actually addicted to food.
Wow.
And I've been addicted to food for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say, okay, I'm going to cut out sugars, or I'm going to go on a diet for 30 days or this and that, right? But I've done all that. At 17, I went vegan. Sickest I've ever been.
Well, I bet.
Right? As far as how I felt physically.
Yeah.
Right? The weakest I've ever been. I've tried multiple fad diets and so forth. So we'll fast forward to May 1st. Well, the night before May 1st, I came up with the idea after seeing one post about someone being carnivore saying, "Hey, all right, you know what? I'm going to do that."
Yeah.
I love steak. That's how I looked at it. I love steak. I love eggs.
What could go wrong?
Right, exactly. So May 1st, 7:30 in the morning, I get up, and the first thing I do is I take some pictures of myself. Next thing I do is I went to the gym. 8:30 that morning, I signed the the contract to be a member of the gym, and I've been there every day since, other than the month of September where I went to Thailand to train Muay Thai at AKA for that whole month.
That's awesome.
That is.
At first in the process, and sorry if I'm long-winded on this, but
No,
I want
this
to be
is
as
great.
detailed as possible
This is
because there's
perfect.
a lot to break down in it.
Mhm.
So at first, I hid in the gym.
We've talked
Not
about
saying
that.
that I wasn't doing the work, I hid. So if I
Yeah.
show you pictures or video of me, where I was beanie, big neoprene outfit, sunglasses every day. I walk in the gym, walk through. There's a back gated area that has some punching bags and things back and some weights and stuff back there. So that's where I went every day. And I spend an hour on the heavy bags a day. And then I go in and I do maybe 20, 30 minutes of lifting. No contact with anybody, no smile, no nothing. Grab my bag, get up, go. And I did this every day. And then gradually things just started happening to where things just started coming off. One day, I just took the shades off, I put them in the bag, and I never put them back on. This is around November.
Okay.
I say December, I got to the point to where I wanted the beanie off. You know, I wanted to feel my sweat. The beanie collected all the sweat, but so I wanted to start feeling it. Fast forward to January, there was a guy. He was in there. We were sharing a cable machine. He was on one side, I was on the other side.
Yeah.
And I was on some. I was getting started. I was just about to do my first set of cable lateral raises, and he goes, "Dude, when you walk in here, you can see your shoulders before you ever do anything."
Nice.
Sleeves came off.
I like it.
That's a compliment if I ever heard.
That is.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
So you get to the end of February, I told myself I wasn't going to, and what I forgot to mention is through this whole process, not one time did I step on a scale. So I'm going through this and I'm doing my best to stay as far away from a scale as I possibly can. So if I had a doctor's appointment or anything like that, I stepped on the scale backwards. That way I didn't see the number.
Yeah.
So and I made sure to let them know not to say anything. I don't want to see it or I don't want to hear it. So end of February, I'd also said I'm not going to take any progress pictures.
Interesting.
So I hadn't taken any pictures.
Yeah.
So you get to the end of February and I'm starting to get all of these compliments. So there's no more neoprene suit. There's no more sunglasses, and there's no more hoodie or no more beanie.
Yeah.
So I'm in my t-shirt, I have my shorts on, my shoulders are back, head is up. I'm able to walk into the gym with a smile. I'm not realizing what's happening until people start pointing it out to me.
So good.
One guy said, to be honest with you, bro, and this is one of the guys at my 4 a.m. workout. He said, his name is Oliver. Shout out Oliver. He said, to be honest with you, bro, I just thought that you were a fat guy hiding under a suit. Once he saw me in a shirt, he said, I never knew you were jacked like that.
That's awesome. That's a great feeling right there.
So I said to him, neither did I, because I don't see what y'all see.
Yeah.
So that sent me home to take pictures. And when I took those pictures, I said, whoa, that is so cool. I didn't recognize me. I sent it to my dad and he said, who's that? I said, you've looked at me all my life.
Yeah. Wow.
I said, I kid you not. I sent it to my dad and he said, who's that?
That is crazy.
Dave. Oh my gosh.
That is so cool.
So it's been, and when I tell you, it's become so magnetic. I don't look to recruit anybody. I don't look to ask anybody to work out with me or anything. It's just it's compliments turned into consistent conversation that turns into some great people coming into my life. Like I've built some amazing friendships and associations and things like that in this gym, to where now this specific gym feels like a community. And the general manager, or not the general manager, the regional manager flew in because He just wanted to meet me.
Wow.
That's awesome.
He wanted to meet this guy that's
Yes.
talked about in
Wow.
meetings. He wanted, and he was very, very open with me, and he said that just with how I treat people in that gym, that I've helped their retention by over 40%.
Wow. Did you tell him
That
did you say, "Hey, now that we're talking about this, you owe me a cut." Just saying.
I'm actually going to release a video where the assistant general manager, he comes over shortly after, or a couple days after I had talked to the regional manager,
Yeah.
and I said, you know what, y'all should really give me a cut, but it's really not about money,
No, it's
and it's
not.
not about
Yeah.
Jokes
anything.
aside.
I just don't want, because no one took me under their wing, and no one came to me and said, hey, you're doing this wrong, or or tried this, or here's a variation of what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. I just had to consistently put in effort and put my eye on guys in there that I could use as inspiration.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
But those guys didn't stop their workout to help me. But I didn't want to be that person, because too many people quit because they have no idea what to do.
Correct. It's so
Right.
true.
Yeah.
And sometimes your smile, or just the hand that says, hey, you can do it, just do it
Mhm.
like this,
Yeah.
that keeps somebody on their journey,
I love that.
because they feel seen, they feel as if they're valuable, because
Mhm.
everyone is,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right?
powerful.
Unless you're sitting on your ass on the couch,
Right.
True.
then you have no value to us.
Yeah. Very true. But I love that. We talk about it within the final percent it's that open hand principle, having that open hand of, hey,
Mhm.
I need help. And then also that open hand of, hey, do you need help? Would you like assistance
Right.
with this? Like, these are some alternatives that you could do that I've learned that works for me if you're open to it. So I love that.
Yeah.
And it builds that camaraderie. I mean, we all met basically in the gym.
Yeah.
Like you said, I love how you intertwined that and connected your vitality in the gym and the level that you're on, and how much networking and connections you've gained from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's anywhere and everywhere, and you just never know what someone's going through and when you can touch them to take them out of, maybe it's a negative mindset, or it's something
Yeah.
that they're dealing with and going through. Right. You just never know. For example, I tell you a story.
Yeah.
About 2 months ago, I'm walking through the parking lot, and I'm headed to my car.
Mhm.
A guy isn't, no, I'm sorry. I'm leaving my car to go
Okay.
into the store. A guy isn't paying attention. He turns the corner and he clips my right leg.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh,
Clips my right leg,
Yeah.
injures my knee, and
Wow.
my like beat up my Achilles a little bit. So the next morning, I go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking to my guys. I'm limping and
Yeah.
everything. And so I tell them the story. But during that gym session, the guy texted me and asked if he could talk to me. We had a long conversation outside, or during the incident, long
Mm-hmm.
face-to-face conversation. And in that, when he called me, I stepped outside, and when he called me, he said, you've been on my mind all night, because how gracious you were after I hit you. He said, I can't thank you enough for your words of encouragement, and and how you made me feel. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. My father was my last living relative, and I was going to end it all that night.
What?
Yes. So
oh my
in the
gosh.
conversation, that we had in the parking lot, he was telling me that, his father had just passed, and he had just zoned out. He wasn't on the phone. His phone was, you could see it, his phone was on the floor, turned off on the passenger seat, in the passenger side.
Mm-hmm.
So he had just zoned out.
Yeah.
He was just kind of moving through.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't happen, if God does not put me right there on that corner
Mm-hmm.
of that parking lot, then either he hits someone else and this turns out extremely bad for multiple people,
Yep.
or he still goes and carries out, because someone's reaction is going to be a whole lot different than mine. Yeah, if it wasn't me there, then he either takes a life or he gets a harsh reaction that sends him completely over the edge, where it could end up in, him taking a life and then his own, or him just going off and actually taking his life. God forbid. But like I said, I couldn't be more thankful for it to have turned out that way. Right.
Yeah.
I'll take that hit to save a life, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in contact today. I check on him once a week at the very least. I told him my phone is open. I have and that's for anybody and everybody. I have an open phone policy. A lot of us try to hide behind the "I'm busy" moniker, right? Like, but you shouldn't be too busy to take a call, because even if I have to tell you, hey, I can only give you 1 minute right now, right?
Yeah.
But
That's good.
the fact is, and what matters most is that you gave somebody your time, because that's our most valuable commodity.
It is true.
I had a friend yesterday. She sent the text. Well, she sent the text Saturday. Hey, Dave, I hope all is well. Can you do me a huge, huge favor? But come to find out, yesterday when I spoke to her, she sent the text and she just wanted to see who really cared for her, because she's, to be honest with you, she's in a bit of a dark space.
Yeah.
So who really cared for her enough to respond? So I responded, hey, what is it? Just let me know. Anything that I can do, I will. Anything I can't, I apologize.
Yeah.
But all she wanted was the response.
Dang.
Mm.
And you're there for her.
Yeah.
If she needed something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I consider you one of my people, I'm always going to be there. Yeah.
You're one of ours. So
Yeah.
likewise, man, if you ever need anything, man, we're here for you.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. So this fitness journey has just been amazing this just past year.
Yeah, it's turned into something that I could have never imagined, because I was just trying to lose 15, 20 pounds, just trying to regulate my blood pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing I didn't mention. 21 days into me going carnivore, my blood pressure regulated itself to the point that while I was in the gym on May 21st of 2024, I got lightheaded and nauseous and had to be carried to the bathroom. Right.
Oh, because you're still taking your meds.
Because I was still taking the meds. I keep a blood pressure machine in my car, so I sent someone out to get it out the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And we checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure was what was it? It was 92 over 54 or something like that. So it was super low. Super low. So I haven't taken the blood pressure medicine since, and my blood pressure doesn't go over 118 over about 72. That's probably the highest my blood pressure goes.
Went from medication to no medication. Just like that.
To no medication. And I say it in my videos, in my reels, my irritable bowel and leaky gut, gone.
That's so cool.
The bloating, I'm not gassy. I don't deal with any of that stuff. Right? Like the things that most people deal with in their day-to-day diet, I don't deal with any of it.
So let's dive in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
Was that taking a note that you got off of your medications, you were in the gym 24/7. My guess is obviously you also changed your diet besides doing carnivore. What did you transition into after carnivore that affected you not having that bloating and not having the leaky gut and all the things you used to have?
After carnivore, there is no after carnivore.
Okay, so you're
Dave
still on
stays
carnivore.
Meat, eggs, butter, salt. And I don't know if Greg ever told y'all the story about how we're sitting
you brought your own butter.
Yes.
Yes, you told me that story. I love it.
It's such a great story. But our listeners haven't heard it, so please tell us the story.
So we're in Miami, and we're gonna have this VIP dinner with David Meltzer. And I was like, I know what this is going to turn into, but I have to have protein and I need to have my fats, and I don't want people running around and trying to find butter and acting like they don't have butter, or them bringing me butter and then the next person that walks up takes the butter, right? So I
Real
just
quick, name, like, you don't have to name the restaurant, but obviously you're going to like this nice restaurant, like it's not some hole in the wall. So you would expect them to have certain things, but you're taking a step further. Like, I'm not even going to expect.
Yeah, no, I just don't even expect it. This is on the beautiful strip in Fort Lauderdale where these restaurants are so high end and they're gorgeous, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I just have to stop at the store, grab my butter, right? Because honestly, I could have gone to my room and grabbed my butter because I travel with butter.
Okay.
I travel with my own butter. So I
Do
could
you
have
keep
just
that
stopped at.
refrigerated in like a little cooler, or is it just you don't have to refrigerate it?
No, you
How
don't
do you
have to
preserve it?
refrigerate it. You don't really have to refrigerate it. I prefer to, if I took you downstairs right now, my butter is out.
Okay, so even though like what is it, Kerrygold? It's that the Irish grass-fed butter. It says that it has to stay refrigerated, keep refrigerated. You don't
They're
have to
lying
actually
to
keep
you
it.
because ours has been on the counter. Ours will be on the counter for weeks.
Oh, that is so funny. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it had to as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, nah.
I was thinking just to like keep it safe. You know, it's perishable. It
I
needs
just
to
wanted
stay
to
in the
try it.
refrigerator.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
try it, and it's
Okay.
worked out.
Okay.
It's worked out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah.
Thank you,
My
Dave.
my
All the
daughter.
listeners
Yeah,
out there, there you go.
there you go. Yeah, my
Don't listen.
daughter.
Everything you read isn't true.
You'll hear toast. She's 2. She'll say toast, and she wants
That's
to
like
spread
Lainey.
Yep.
she wants to spread the butter on there
Yes.
herself.
That is awesome. Our 1.5, she'll walk up and go, two, like me too, me
Yeah.
Yeah,
too. It's the cutest thing.
yeah, and she eats butter right out the tub as well. So
They say that's good for them too, though.
it is.
I,
It's a healthy
I,
fat.
yeah. Well, it helps the oil up, like your
The
intestines,
intestines. Yep.
and like
Yeah,
helps you pass bowel movements a lot easier. And they say it's really good for kids when they're constipated. I learned
absolutely.
that.
It's amazing because all of the things that they told us wasn't good for us are the
So
things that
wrong.
we're discovering will bring you back from a lot of the ailments that what you were eating caused.
Yeah.
I advise everybody, I scream it from the mountaintop, get away from seed oils.
It's
Get
so
away.
true.
Yes.
Run away, throw
Yeah.
them all out. If you need me, DM me. I'll come to your house and I'll do a pantry audit. Right? Like,
Bro, I don't know if you want to do some pantry audits for a lot of people out there right now. I don't think they're gonna have anything left in their pantry. hey, bring in the dumpster. Bring it in.
Yeah.
Back it up. Yeah.
Incoming.
Yeah,
But it's so true because like you mentioned it. Your IBS is gone. Your blood pressure is better. Like all of these things are better because you're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be eating meat. We're supposed to be eating the butters, the healthy stuff. Like that's what we're built for.
Salt
Yeah.
over sugar.
Yeah.
it's exactly what we're built for. And you're not supposed to be cramming donuts down your face and covering your chicken breasts in canola oil
Oh, all of
and
this stuff. Yeah.
and flour and
Mhm.
frying it like
Wow.
and
That
for a
sounds
moment
good.
I have to speak on my culture, the way I grew up, right?
Mhm.
The people that our elders and the people that are that we were surrounded by, because vegetable oil was deemed healthy, fried foods were not harmful, right?
Yep.
And but what wasn't ever spoken, something that's never spoken on, is how bad the cooking truly is. So we're talking about having potatoes, fried foods, rice covered in gravy, and a bunch of other foods that are just laden with sugar, just sugar shoved into them, as sweet as you can make it, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we wonder why we find ourselves with all these ailments: diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, renal failure, and heart issues, right? A lot of people close to me know that I lost my father because of all of this. at the age of 61.
Yeah,
So
most recently,
recently,
yes. Yep. We're sorry to hear that
so
again.
in that, I'm going to speak on it, and if I can just help one person, then I'm happy. But this is not the way to live, right? This is why you're sitting around lethargic, and as I say, you end up snoozing and drooling and wondering why you're losing.
Whew, that is so good right there. That's gonna be a
So,
tagline for this one. I'm just saying.
so you know, we have to be better at teaching our youth a better approach to life. So
Yes.
I'll say this to all of you: if you do not learn how to live, you will die.
Dude, that hits home, but it's
That's
so
good.
true. Yeah. And we're in the sort of the same boat. My father is still alive, but he's had 2 heart attacks. He's been on diabetes pills for as long as I can remember. My grandfather lost both of his legs to diabetes and eventually his life. So like it's very prevalent in our families as well. And
Yeah.
My dad and my grandpa
yeah,
too.
they all have it, and we try to preach it to them as much as we can. We try to emulate as much as we can, and unfortunately, sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. So, what is one advice you would try to give somebody who, let's just say, they know it, because everybody knows it, right? But how do we get them that next step, like getting them up, getting them moving? Or, for example, like my father, he works out all the time now. He's playing pickleball, swimming, doing all that stuff, but it's still the health. It's still the nutrition. It's like,
A lot of times where uh what we have to do is make some of the things that they like unavailable.
yeah, we just
Right?
got to go to the house and just empty out
Yeah.
the cupboard. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah,
Because
that's so good right there.
we just have to make it unavailable.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a I don't know why the word is missing me, but when you have a drug addict,
It's true.
Mhm.
intervention,
There you
Yeah.
go. Yes.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of like an intervention, because I love you enough to come over here and upset you by ransacking your house and taking all the things that I know that you enjoy having while you sit and watch football or your favorite shows or your movies or whatever. While
Yep.
you do that, I know that you love this stuff, but I'm willing to, and I know that you spent your hard-earned money on it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I want you here. So
Mhm.
I'm willing to do what it takes to show you that I want you here, right?
I like
And
that.
selfishly, a part of me needs you here,
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh.
you know,
Yeah.
because I don't want any, like with my mom, I got one parent left. And I told her, I said, I'm not letting you go nowhere.
Yes.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
watch you. My mom's carnivore. My mom has all the energy in the world,
Yes.
right? I
Yeah.
watched this lady stand in the living room with her 10 and 15 pound dumbbells and just go, right?
Yeah.
Girl.
You know,
That's so cool.
she grabs her jump rope. Oh, today's my mom's 61st birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy
Love you.
birthday.
Hey, Mom.
We call her Miss Tree. Love you, Miss Tree.
Love you, Miss Tree. Happy birthday.
I love it. This will
So,
probably go out afterwards, but I
yeah,
love it.
Oh my
she'll
gosh.
love to see it.
Yeah.
But like she's at a point to where she's able to enjoy her life without any ailments. The only thing that she was fighting at the time was sciatica. So she hasn't had any flare-ups or anything
That's so
since
cool.
she started carnivore.
Yeah.
And I have another guy, because a lot of people will look at it as an opportunity to lose weight, right? Or something that you use to lose weight.
Yeah.
Young man, Joshua. Joshua's 147 pounds, I believe, when we met.
Okay.
Just
How tall, roughly?
about 6'1".
Oh, that's skinny.
6 foot. No, about 6 foot. I take that back. About
Okay.
6 foot. Yeah, about
Yeah.
6 foot. So I'm sorry, 157 pounds. Now I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 157 pounds. Josh is 185 pounds since he started working out with me in March. He's 185 pounds. He's ribeyes. He eats his steaks, his chicken, and he's jacked now, and he lifts like
awesome.
crazy.
Nice.
He's adopted my mentality in the
Yeah.
gym. where we beat the weights don't beat us,
I like
That's so
that.
good.
you know? And he's an animal now.
I
And
love it.
that's the one thing that I'm trying to create and relay to as many people as I can.
That's perfect. Well, on that note, since you're talking about that, where did the 1% come to play, and what does it mean? I know from my point of perspective, but I would love it from yours.
It's the idea was for it to be a conversation piece, right? And it was something that I wanted to create for Greg to where it doesn't say the final percent or anything like that, because I knew the approach of majority of people was going to be, yeah, man, I'm tired too, or
Yeah.
I'm drained, or I'm struggling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, it's one of those things that brings the people that we're trying to help closer to us without us ever having to say a word. So we don't
Yeah.
have
That's
to
good.
chase them down the street. They're right there waiting for us to walk up to them
Yeah.
or to come close. Because the minute they see that, they feel like they have a trauma bond with you, but in actuality, I'm the rest of that battery that you need.
Yes. Oh, that's so good.
That really is. It's that psycho mechanics of
Yeah.
flipping the script on them. They're gonna look at it as, yeah, I'm tired, and you're like, no, this is actually the opposite. I'm here for you to help you out.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a guy, I wore it, actually wore it to the Raiders draft party. And a guy came up and he talked to me and I said, well, sir, I hate to tell you, but I'm probably the battery pack that you're looking for. Right.
And what did he say?
He was a little inebriated and he said, what do you
Yeah.
mean? And I said, if you're as drained as you say you are, then you need somebody to spiritually lift you and help you mentally get back on track.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I have my wife. I said, well, you both need it then.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
so I gave him my number,
Yeah.
and he called me 2 days later and we talked, and then we met up at a Starbucks and we sat and talked, and like he's been part of my coaching ever since.
Yeah. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
That is.
Yeah. So we
I
do our
love
weekly
that.
call. And
Yeah.
it's that shirt is one of those things that it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love that. It's speaking volumes and speaking words without you having to even say anything.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. You never have to, you don't, you can even act like you didn't even realize you had it on.
Right? You're like, actually, I'm
Oh.
that
Yeah.
battery pack that you're looking for.
Yeah.
You
I like
didn't
that.
know it.
Yeah. You know,
That's perfect.
so
So you mentioned coaching, and I have a feeling that's the non-negotiable. It's on the wall behind you. It's on the
that
shirt.
is
So explain that to
shameless plug.
Shameless plug. No shameless plug here.
Nope.
Explain it to the listeners.
So non-negotiable is actually the community that I'm in the process of building. And what I want it to be is a community of growth-minded people who set out to not just inform youth, but bring up the next person. So I'm working with other entrepreneurs to teach people who are looking to get into entrepreneurship the right way to get started. So a lot of people consider startup businesses that are already going and accumulating revenue, right?
Mhm.
I want to teach the people who don't even know where to start, how to start, because I feel that those are that the ambition can also be turned into success. You don't just
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
have you know, and because what I've experienced is a lot of people will tell you what, but they will not tell you how.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's so
in
true.
non-negotiable, you get to start out on a journey where someone is there to go through that journey with you, and you don't have to go at it alone. All your questions can and will be answered. All of your concerns can and will be addressed. And you have and it also gives you the opportunity to grow with us and
Yeah.
teach the next person.
Oh, that's so
It's
good.
awesome. Like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
It's like the
And
butterfly effect.
yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's that. And then, of course, there's the health and wellness, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to be in here if you're not going to be, you're not, I can't just help you become successful in business and not become successful in vitality, life and
Yes.
vitality,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's very, very important that for us that we share our journeys. I don't care if it's I just want to lose 2 pounds or 2 inches of fat, or I just want to gain some muscle, whatever. I don't care what it is, because it's growth minded,
Yes.
Yes.
right? But it's becoming the best version of yourself. And one of the things that we will discuss is um, putting that compound interest in yourself. And when I say that, I, I started asking people this: if I have access to a checking account that has 1% compounding interest every day, would you or would you not sell all your assets and give me all your cash to go into this account?
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's
Without batting an eye.
why would you not put that same energy into yourself?
that's so
Because
good right there.
every day,
So good.
just becoming 1% better is compounding. Because look at it with me, the story that I told you guys,
Yeah.
right? I'm this guy hiding behind glasses in a hat, big old sweatsuit on,
Mm-hmm.
putting in the effort, definitely putting in the effort,
Mm-hmm.
and just becoming better every day, to the point to where all of a sudden, when I take it off, I'm nothing like when I first put it on.
Nope. You had that compounding interest of doing the work every
Doing the work
single
every
day.
day. So that's what we have to do. We have to put in the effort every day to be 1% better. Learn a new word. Uh, read some books.
Yeah.
Get familiar with different speakers. Understand some quotes. Study stoicism. Right. Like, there's so many things that you can do to make yourself better, to where when you're having conversations with people, they're like, hey, I got to hear more of what this guy is talking about. I have to see, can you refer me to that book that you referenced? Or
Mm-hmm.
there's so many opportunities to point people in the right direction,
Yes.
but we have to put the work into ourselves in order to do it. Because if you're just a blubbery F,
Yeah.
and you're having a conversation, no one's really going to come back and say, hey, can you tell me where to find this, or what you were talking about in this?
Yeah.
There are no follow-up questions.
They may not even have been listening to half the things you were saying either.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because I was that guy. I was that guy.
Wow.
People were interested in what I had to say because it was informative, and I gave them information they could use.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people didn't come back because I didn't look the part. You can sound it all you want,
Yeah.
Right.
but I didn't look the part. And now I understand it, because I'm on the other side of the fence, and I'm like, yeah, man, I really don't care what what you're saying.
Yeah. That's also the difference between us is you'll
Yeah.
just straight up and say it, like, hey, I know you're going to continue rambling on for the next 5 minutes. I'll be honest, I'm not even going to listen to a single thing you're saying right now. It might be smart and adequate, but this is what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, man, like, because I just can't trust you, as Andrew Tate is. I can't trust fat people, you know?
I mean,
Like,
you're letting
no.
yourself go. So are you letting your business go? Are you letting your family go? Your life? Like
Right.
what else is there that corresponds to all that?
Right,
Mhm.
yeah, and no hate or not shaming, because when I say it, I want to help,
Correct.
Mhm.
right?
That's the
That's the
difference.
difference. Yep.
I want those men who are having a hard time to reach out to us, right? We want to be a resource. We want to be able to help you. We want to point you in the right direction. Doesn't matter what it is that you need, just ask.
Mhm.
Right back to that open hand policy
Open
at the
hand,
very beginning, where you
Yeah.
ask for the help. Like if you see Dave Johnson in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning, or his second session, which could be at noon or 11
No, it's at
o'clock,
10 a.m.
Oh, there you
10.
go. At 4 and 10. If you see him and you have questions, go up to him. If you have questions about business, life, go up to him. He's here to help you guys out. Like that's his goal and his job to do. It's
Yeah.
You can't
awesome.
get help if you
That's
don't
what I was
ask.
put here for.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, you literally got hit by a car and saved somebody's life. Like that's who you are. You're just you're an amazing human being, and we
I
love you, and we're
appreciate
so
it.
excited that you were able to come on here with us.
Yeah, I
Yes.
really appreciate it.
So we ask everybody, it's the last question of the day, 3 golden nuggets. So this could be about you being in the military. It could be about your businesses. It could be about the main conversation today, which was fitness and health. It could be about any of those, but 3 golden nuggets that you think our listeners and or people should hear from you about.
3 golden nuggets. And when you say golden nuggets, you mean pieces of advice, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
We just call it golden for
Okay.
Goldner
No,
and the
no.
podcast.
Right. I get it. Okay. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
My first one is be actionable. Right. Faith without works is nothing.
Nope.
Right. You can have as much belief. Do not ever fall into leave it in God's hands, because God never said he will do it for you. He will put forth the effort for you. He never said that. So you have to put forth the effort. So be actionable. If you want it, go get it.
That's
Yeah.
good.
2, you are not a victim. No matter what you've gone through in your life, trauma occurs all over. We all go through something, but we cannot continuously allow others to make their traumas bigger than ours, and we can't make our traumas bigger than theirs, right?
Yes.
We have to be there for one another in our times of need, because yes, trauma is hard to deal with, but if we become each other's crutch, right? If we become each other's crutch in our moments of need, then we can walk through and get through these journeys together. People don't always have to be alone in dealing with what it is that they find themselves, I guess anything that they find themselves dealing
Correct.
with, right?
Yeah.
And that's the importance of community.
Mm-hmm.
And be honest with you guys, I'm just learning that, but it's okay, because
Yeah.
now I know what it
Yes.
truly means.
Yeah.
And the third one is, I want to speak to the men who find themselves in this specific scenario. You have a family at home, but you have successful business. Your business takes precedent over your family. Your mindset is, I make the money, I provide a house, I provide a nice living, right? Everything's okay. I'm going to tell you it's not.
Oh, that is
You
so good.
must be present. Find a way to make a schedule to where you are at home, because when you lose home, you will lose you.
Ooh, that's so good. I thought
Truth bombs.
the first 2 were going to be good. Whew.
He saved the best for last. It's Dave.
That is so good. So good.
Good.
Again, Dave, you're an amazing human. If anybody is listening and you haven't followed Dave yet, you really need to go follow him. Follow him on Instagram. Check out Non-Negotiable, the things that he's doing behind there with that community, with the people. It's second nature. I mean, if you want somebody who's you're going to hit him with a car and he's going to save your life, like that's a great mentor to have. That's somebody that you want to be in the same room with. Like his goal is to literally serve you. Whatever issues you're having, that's what you're going to learn inside of his community with his people. He's been following us ever since we met, so we appreciate him and everything. So thanks again, buddy, for being on. We truly
I
do
appreciate y'all having me. It was
Thank
a
you,
blessing.
Dave.
I loved every minute of it.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
All right, I'll see y'all soon.